viewers, myself Prachi Ranpalia. Here our topic is national income of macroeconomics. We know that the development and progress of any country is based on the national income. In that sense, the concept of national income has great importance in the economics. The welfare and happiness of the countrymen depends on the level of national income. If the national income is higher, the people get more facility in their livelihood because they get more goods and service as per their requirement. On the other hand, if the level of national income is lower, people face scarcity of required goods and services. In this way, national income is the measurement of people's prosperity or backwardness. Now see meaning of national income. National income is the total amount of goods and services produced within the nation during the given period, say 1 year. It is the total of factor income, that is wages, interest, rent, profit received by factor of production, that is labor, capital, land and entrepreneur of a nation. National income is equal to value of goods plus value of services plus net factor income from abroad. Concept of national income. Gross domestic product is the total market value of all final goods and services currently produced within the domestic territory of a country in a year. Second point is gross national product. Gross national product is the total market value of all final goods and services produced in a year. GNP includes net factor income from abroad where GDP does not. Therefore, GNP is equal to GDP plus net factor income is net national product. Net national product at market price. NNP is the market value of all final goods and services after providing for depreciation. That is when charges for depreciation are deducted from the GNP, we get NNP at market price. Therefore, NNP is equal to GNP minus national product at factor cost. NNP at factor cost or national income is the sum of wages, rent, interest and profit paid to factor for their contribution to the production of goods and services in a year. It may be noted that NNP at factor cost is equal to NNP at market price minus indirect taxes plus income. Personal income is the sum of all income actually received by all individual or household during a given year. In national income, there are some income which is earned but not actually received by household, such as social security contributions, corporate income taxes, and undistributed profit. On the other hand, there are income which is received but not currently earned, such as old age pension, relief payment, etc. Therefore, personal income is equal to national income minus social security contribution minus corporate income tax is minus undistributed corporate profit plus transfer payment. Income. From personal income, if we deduct personal taxes like income taxes, personal property taxes, etc., what remain is called disposable income. Thus, disposable income is equal to personal income minus financial income. When national product is calculated at current rate, it is called money or financial income. Next point is real national income. When national product is calculated at the rate of certain year, it is known as real national per capita income. During any year, money value of goods and service produced calculated per person is known as per capita income. Per capita national income is equal to gross national product divided by the population of a country. These all eight concepts useful for the purpose of calculation of our national income. Now of income. India is suffering from the disease of inequality in income. It is a common problem in the developed, underdeveloped and developing countries suffer this problem more or less in economy. Now our topic is causes and effect of inequality of income. First point is lack of educational opportunities. This problem is called illiteracy in India. The low level of literacy among the poor people is greatly found. It has a close relation with the low level of income. The poor people in India are mostly illiterate, and due to that reason, they get less opportunity for job. Next point is gap between rich and poor. Due to industrial progress, the society is divided into two segments. There are rich group and poor group in the community. The group of society which get low income have low standard of living, and on the other side the group of society which get higher income have higher standard of living. Third point is law of inheritance. This is also an important factor which creates inequality in income. Our people prefers inheritance for the future generation. The parents would like their son to adopt the same line of the work they obtained in inheritance. Even if the running activity does not give higher income, the parents would like to continue the same work in inheritance by new generation. Fourth point is unequal distribution of income and resources. Our income distribution system is such that a major part of the bread goes to a handful of rich people. A very small part of income is left for the vast majority of the person. On the other side, the growth of population is highly rapid. As a result, the low income group are increasing every year. Fifth point is inflation. The problem of inequality in income is directly related with price level in the market. The prices rising rapidly is the basic feature of inflation. Due to this condition, the purchasing power of currency falls rapidly. It becomes a big hit to the people. Rapid price rise increase the family budget of the people. The proportion of price rising is greater than the proportion of income level of the people. Next point is unemployment. Unemployment and underemployment is also the basic causes of low income. During planning period, we have not expanded the opportunity of employment either for educated and uneducated people. As a result, the problem of unemployment and underemployment has become a serious condition for the country. Our train. Sometimes the cost of professional training become higher and beyond the capacity for common people. Due to the lack of such training, they cannot lift their income. Next point is regressive tax structure. Regressive tax methods sometimes have negative reaction or are discouraging for the people. Our tax method is complicated to earn more means to pay more taxes. Such type of taxation system stop the people to increase their income because they would not like to pay more taxes for their earning. Last point is rapid population growth. The problem of population has a deep effect on the economy of the country. Due to that, the country is facing the problem of unemployment or underemployment and equality in income. Hundreds of educated or uneducated people run after job due to lack of sufficient supply of job. They do not get job or they have to accept low income job. Inequality in income has created two types of community. One is poor and one is rich. It means have and have not. The structure of our economy make the poor poorer and rich to richer or lower income group and higher and highest group of economy. Now our next reduce income inequality. Though this problem cannot be abolished, but it is possible to reduce it with effective measures. They are as follows. First point is rapid economic growth. To make up income inequality, the most basic features is rapid economic growth. With the help of it, we can uplift the low income group to the satisfactory level of income. Our planning commission should adopt such step for income distribution which help the lower income group. Our second point is some effective measures. The problem is related to both rural and urban area. Government should take some effective step for land reforms, employment opportunity, basic conditions like irrigation, drainage, road, education, communication, training. So rural people get opportunity for employment and social security. Our third point is expansion of public sector. Due to mixed economy in India, we have two sectors like private sector and public sector. The government should develop the public sector so that the income level of its employers can be uplifted. Fourth point is poverty alleviation program. The inequality of income is found to be higher in rural area than in the urban area. So to reduce it, different programs have to be designed with a focus on the rural area. The number of low income group are found in village area. Next point is to remove regional imbalance. We know that India is made of different states and regions. Each state and regions are different climatically and geographically as well as regard to economic conditions. The level of education and opportunity for jobs and business are also quite different. We cannot change the situation within a night, but we can give more opportunity and set focus on such undeveloped and underdeveloped states by different programs to uplift the income of the people of such states. Next point is pricing policy. The pricing policy of government should be anti-inflationary by controlling the inflation in economy. The price level should be stable so as to improve income inequality. It is necessary to check rising prices. The monopoly is also responsible to create income inequality in the country. The monopolist always try to obtain or to earn more and more profit out of his business. To satisfy his goal, he will pay lower wages to his laborers. The laborers, due to their helplessness, accept lower wages. Next point is social security. The low income group of people require social security like fair price for good grain, education, health and social safety. For this purpose, the government has launched public distribution system. Our next point is employment program and wages policy. The government has devised different employment programs to make up an inequality in income. They are for rural and urban people both. Next is progressive tax system. Under taxation system, there must be progressive. It means higher income, higher tax, and lower income, lower tax. Higher income group hide their actual income through different ways. Means due to that reason, the middle and low income group of people have to suffer more.